Back here on Game Day Recap, we warned you, Tampa. We told you last week you can't let your guard down. You have the Panthers breathing down your neck, and now look at you. The Bucs are tied atop the standings with Carolina after losing to the Saints at home. Tyler Shuck becoming the Saints' first rookie to win multiple games since Archie Manning. So obviously, take that with what you will if you're a Bucs fan. These two teams will face off twice over the next 4 weeks. It's a quick turnaround in Tampa. They got Thursday Night Football against the Falcons. They'll also take on the Dolphins. The Panthers on the bye. They'll return, though, to take on the Saints. They still have the Seahawks on the calendar as well. So things could get pretty interesting here in the NFC South. Let's start the conversation, though, with the Bucs. The Saints picking up their third win of the season against Tampa Bay. The Bucs, meanwhile, suffer their fourth loss in their last 5 games. Baker just never really seemed comfortable in this one. I know he was dealing with some injuries. Ran, when we look big picture here, and Pete, I would love to hear your perspective on this too, because I know we thought that the Bucs would be further along in this conversation than where they were. How can they turn this around?
Well, Baker Mayfield's got to start playing better, but I think he's hurt. I think he's hurt more than he's let on, and he's playing like it. He's not playing very well. The last month of the season, he's not been good. And I think he was hurt actually earlier than he was in that Rams game. Remember, he got hurt in the Rams game and left the game, but I think he was hurt a couple games before that. And he's just not saying, he's such a competitor. He didn't even want to come out of that game. But I think he's not playing up to expectations, but I don't think he's healthy all the way. And look, today they didn't have Wirfs at left tackle. That's a big hit for your offense. He's such a big part of what they do. They don't have the receivers. Mike Evans isn't there, and they need him in the lineup. They thought he might come back this week. I think injuries have messed with this team all year long. But the biggest one, I just don't think Baker Mayfield looks comfortable or healthy.
Yeah, they just feel flat.
Yeah.
They just feel flat. They don't feel like they have juice. And again, we're talking about even that just from an energy standpoint. But then on the other side of the ball, we talk about Baker, and everything Pete said I agree with in terms of his health. But then you flip it over on the defensive side of the ball, where's the pass rush? They hadn't been able to get any affect the pocket, affect the quarterback, and you were going against a rookie quarterback this week, and we know how Todd Bowles and the things that he's able to do in terms of being able to create confusion for these rookie quarterbacks. And Tyler Shuck actually had a decent performance today and kept them in the ball game and enough to get the win. But this Buccaneers team just feels flat to me right now. Like, where's the juice? Who's going to be the juice guy? Who's going to bring it? Typically, that's Baker's role, which you kind of see. If he's not healthy, he can't headbutt people and do his whole, rah-rah thing. But they are missing whoever that player is or whoever that person is. They're just missing juice right now.
And I think it's hard when you have one of those teams that, runs through the quarterback the way Tampa Bay does. Like Baker, his energy, his personality, the way he plays, it's so infectious for that team on an energy level where you say, if he's not playing how we're used to seeing him playing, that team comes out flat. I mean, he started off hot. He was 5 for 5, then 9 for 25 the rest of the game. 1 for 11 when he tried to throw past 10 yards. We're so used to explosiveness, and I think part of the reason is because at the receiver position, they've been so up and down. Injuries, Mike Evans out, then Godwin's out, then Godwin's back, then it's hard to have cohesion just from a level of practice each and every day, and the way that the coordinator is putting together plays, putting together packages. It's hard to do that when you have guys going up and down, left and right. There's no real stability, at the position right now, and that makes it harder on your quarterback at the end of the day.
I mean, they let Tyler Shuck rush for 55 yards and 2 touchdowns. That shouldn't happen. I mean, he's a good athlete, don't get me wrong, but you're the Bucs. You're in a playoff race. You're at home. There's no way that kid should go in there and do what he did to you. It wasn't like he put up gaudy numbers throwing the football. He was efficient, but running the football 55 yards and 2 touchdowns, including a 34-yarder, shouldn't happen.
And that rush, that 34-yarder you just mentioned, that's the longest in Saints quarterback history there with 34-yard runs.
Which is amazing because Archie Manning used to be running. He ran a lot back in the day.
You were at a couple of those games, right?
No, I was a kid. Nice try.
I'm glad you were ready for that, though. You mentioned it there, Pete, when we talk about the Bucs and kind of salvaging the season. They've got the Falcons, the Panthers twice, and the Dolphins game mixed in there too. How many of those games, realistically, do you think that they need to win? When we just saw the Panthers' schedule as well, too, with how neck and neck that race is. Do they have to win out the rest of the schedule in order to stay atop the division?
Well, if they beat the Panthers twice, they win the division. That's pretty much what it is. And so the first one's at Carolina, the last game of the season's at home. If they beat them twice, they'll win the division. And if you're this Tampa team, you have to look at it from that standpoint. Get in the division, get healthy, get in the postseason. Win the division, get healthy, get in the postseason, and then we get Mike Evans back, you get Wirfs back, and then you can make the run that you thought you might be able to make. So it's all about that. They better beat the Panthers twice.
Do you think they could beat the Panthers twice?
I think they can. Well, the Panthers also
hot Panthers right now with Bryce Young starting to figure things out.
But that team lost to the New Orleans Saints at home a couple weeks ago. This week they got to go to New Orleans and play the Saints. So we can't figure out the Panthers up, down. So we'll see. I think this is still Tampa Bay's division. Not going to be easy, but it's still their division to lose.
All right, we will leave it there. Shout out to the Saints. We don't talk about the Saints very often. But
Feisty.
But they
Kellen Moore's done a
feisty.
nice job with that team. He really has.
Okay.
They're undermanned, and he's done a nice job.
All right, third win of the season, and Pete Prisco is giving you your flowers down there in the Big Easy. Time for a break here on Game Day Recap. Let's go to the Wild, Wild West, where the Rams and the Seahawks just keep trading blows. How will this division race end? We'll talk about it next.